thing you're going to do is open up Excel. So if you have it on your dock, it's the green X. If not, you go to your magnifying glass and type in Excel. Go ahead and switch to the page layout view because this way we can see where the header is. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink it. Move this right in the center here. And if I move my cursor right into the middle, you'll see this double click to add header. So I'm going to go ahead and double click here. And what you're going to be doing for this project is called If I Had a Million. So I'm going to show you how to set up your workbook and then you get to spend your money. So I'm going to put in my title, If I Had a Million, hit return, by, and then your first and last name. Alright, so then I want you to highlight it, click on the A, that's for the format text for the header, and you can choose a different font if you'd like. And because it's going to be the title, I want you to make it bold and a little bit larger. And then press OK. And then you have to hit close, otherwise it'll stay there. Alright, so let's say I want to move this down a little bit because my Y is cut off. So if I move my cursor to the left, you can see I've got the little square, and then I'm going to move it down just a titch. Okay. Alright, so in cell A1, I'm going to click and I'm going to type in category. I'm going to hit tab. The next cell I'm going to type in item, hit tab, and the next cell I'm going to type in cost. Then I'm going to hit tab once and then again, and I'm going to type in total. And I'm going to move down to the next cell and I'm going to type in remaining. Then I'm going to skip about 3 or 4 spaces, and then I'm going to put in transportation. Move down about 4 spaces, and I'm going to type in entertainment. Move down a few spaces, clothing. Move down a few spaces, and charity/donations. Okay, so you can see it looks a little bit confusing so far, so we're going to make this a little bit easier to read. First of all, I'm going to go move my cursor between the A and the B, and I'm going to go ahead and click and move this line over so that all the words fit within the same cell. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and I want to make the names of the categories, everything bold so it stands out, because these are going to be the titles or subtitles. So I'm going to click on bold, and I'm going to make it size 14 so it stands out a little bit more. Alright, so now since I want to do that for all the rest, there's a little shortcut. I'm going to click on this paintbrush, and then I can click on another cell. Paintbrush again, another cell, paintbrush, another cell, paintbrush, cell. I think you're getting the picture here. Paintbrush, cell, paintbrush, and cell. Alright, so now again I'm going to have to move this over since it's bigger, it didn't fit. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add some colors so it's easy to read. Okay, so I'm going to click on the 4. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to highlight across, and I'm going to go ahead and make this cell a different color. So I'm just going to do a nice little light blue. Same thing for transportation, blue, and I could even click on the paintbrush again, do that as well. So paintbrush, paintbrush. Okay, so now what I need to do is go ahead and start putting in some formulas. it's going to do is it's going to add up all the items under each category. So I'm going to click under item next to household, and I'm going to type in equal sign sum, and then I select sum, and then I'm going to move my mouse underneath the word sum. I'm going to click and I'm going to highlight. So it's highlighting all those cells underneath it, and then I hit return, and you can see it put in a 0. So I'm going to do the same thing here, equal sum, select sum, and highlight, and return. So equal sum, highlight, and return. Equals, oops, sum, highlight, and return, and equal sum, highlight, and return. Okay, so now what I need to do is I have 2 more formulas to enter, one for total and one for remaining. So for total, I'm going to type in equals, and then I'm going to click on all of the cells under item. So click here, 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 and there. And then I hit return. And then remaining is going to be equals, and it's going to be 1 million, so 1 and 6 zeros, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus, and I click on the cell above it, and I hit return. Because we have $1 million, and it's going to be subtracting how much the total is. Alright, so one thing we need to do now is put in dollar signs. So the fastest way to do that is to highlight all of the cells where we're going to have dollars, whoops, and then go to Format, Cells, Currency, and let's leave the decimal places at 2, $, and press OK. Do the same thing here. Format, Cells, Currency, $2, and OK. Alright, so now you are ready to start spending your money. So just to give you an idea of what yours should look like is you should be able to put an item under here. So for households, let's say I'm going to buy a house for $450,000, and I just hit return, and you can see it added up here, added the total, and then that leaves my remaining. So let's say I wanted to add a pool, put in a pool at my house, and so that was going to be $40,000. Hit return, and you can see it's added it up there. Okay, just to show you what it will do when I add it something to another area. So you want to buy a car. Go get a new Lexus for $38,000. Hit return. You can see I added it there. Alright, so in order to help you guys find prices that are somewhat realistic, I have added some links in Moodle. So feel free to check out those links, and that will take you to sites where you can find prices for houses and vehicles, and also for names of charities and donations. Alright, so you can see that I have my chart all finished. I want you guys to spend most of your money. Let's say you have to spend at least $800,000, and you can leave the rest for savings or whatever you would like. Alright, so that is how to make a regular spreadsheet in Excel, and once you guys are finished, you can go ahead and save it. So File, Save As, last name, first name, call this million, and you can upload it right into